Hey guys, we're out at our Maitland Road project and insulation has gone in. So I just want to explain a few things and give you some hot tips. Okay, so how insulation works is it works on an R value. So the R value stands for resistance. So it's the resistance of transfer of hot and cold through the insulation. So the thicker the insulation, the more resistance you get. So you get a higher R value. So if you have thicker wall cavities and thicker ceiling cavities, you can get a bigger insulation. So we have more resistance so you can regulate the temperature of your house better. All right, so hot tip number one, you want continuity of your insulation. So that means at junctions, so you want the insulation to go right through as far back as possible. So it's a continuous line of insulation right through. Gaps like this, you don't want that. All those gaps need to be filled. Sometimes you just get different installers and they're not going to take it as seriously as you would expect. So sometimes you just need to pull them up on it and just go, look, this needs to be redone, because we take our insulation very seriously. Okay, hot tip number two. We spoke about it before, about the depth of insulation. So this is an R6, so it's quite thick. So if you can have your ceiling space, whether it's just pitched roof, so you'd want deeper rafters or just a truss roof, you can get the thickest insulation in there. So this is the highest insulation you get, an R6, so it's a really good resistance to the temperature transfer from the outside through the roof. It's probably the most important insulation in your roof cavity. Hot tip number three. So the only time you have voids through your insulation is through the windows. So your losses are going to be through the windows. So you need to take the windows seriously. So you need minimum double glazing, and the window frame needs to be a high performing window frame. Aluminium is not a high performing window frame. There's a lot of losses through the transfer of through the aluminium itself. So you're better off with a UPVC or timber. We're installing UPVC on this house, so I'm excited to see how this goes, so stay tuned for that one. Hot tip number four. Back in the day, these are downlights, these are cables for downlights, so back in the day they used to leave these voids for them because they used to get hot. They will continue to do that unless you ask them not to do that. So downlights these days are LEDs, they don't get hot, so rather than leaving a hole, which they originally did, you can actually insulate through there. So you don't have any, like if I had 20 downlights in here, you'd have 20 holes of insulation. So again, more losses through your roof. Okay, hot tip number five, insulate your floors. So we still want that continuity of insulation through the floor, and insulating the floor seems to be missed quite a lot. But actually there are quite a lot of losses through the floor, especially in winter. It gets cold down there, so that cold transfers into the house and onto that floor space, so your house gets colder quicker. So we want to insulate that floor and get it nice and thermally rated, I guess. To sum it all up, insulation plays a pretty big role in the performance of your house, so you really need to take it seriously. So if you see any of those things that we spoke about earlier, pull them up, get it fixed. We'll actually do the same here. There's a few things that need to be tidied up here, and we've got plastering on Monday, so I'll get them to come back on Monday and we'll get it all fixed. So guys, take your insulation seriously. I know it's not a glamorous topic to talk about, but it's important.